is Beth from Wellness 360 bringing you yoga for back pain today. So we are going to be on the floor. All you're going to need is maybe a pillow for some comfort when we're on our stomach and a mat. So grab your supplies and I will see you in a few. All right, we're going to start here in the seated position. We're going to start with closing our eyes and taking just 3 nice and deep breaths to bring center to our minds. So close your eyes and inhale through the nose nice and deep in. And then fully out. Again, breathing in nice and deep. And exhaling. And last deep breath here, in. And out. Taking our hands to the side, we're going to inhale, arms up and overhead. And exhale down. Inhale up. And exhale down. Inhaling up. This time grabbing a hold of your left wrist and pulling that left arm across the body and hold for just a few breaths. We're taking that left arm all the way down to the ground. Right arm presses over. If you can rest your arm fully on the ground, that's great. And bring it back to center. Inhaling up and overhead. This time grabbing a hold of the right arm. And exhaling, pulling to the side. Coming back and trying to bring that right arm, forearm all the way to the ground with a nice stretch over to the right side. And back to center. We're going to take your right arm and we're going to take it across the left knee. So right arm across the left knee for a gentle twist here. You're gazing over your back shoulder, but only going as far as your body allows. Some of you might need to keep your neck in a neutral pose, which is perfectly fine. Just gently allow your body to unravel and release. All right, moving the left hand to the right knee and twist. Very, very, very gentle here. We haven't warmed our spine up very much. So just take your nose and see if you can bring it towards your right shoulder. Again, you don't have to overdo it here. If you start to feel discomfort or pain, I want you to stop. And release, bringing it back to center. Very good. Big shoulder rolls for me. 1 and 2 and 3, and walking your hands forward as far as you can. For here, just walk your hands forward as far as you can. Tuck your chin towards your chest and just hold here for a couple breaths. Awesome job. One more deep breath in and out. Walking your hands back. Very good. Take your right hand towards the mat and gently press into the ground. So right palm into the ground. And just tilt your head here. You don't have to put pressure into your hand. I just want you to press it down towards the ground so you get a nice big stretch here in the side of your neck. We're going to hold this for just a breath. And slowly bring it back up to center. Really slowly return. All right, taking the left hand down towards the floor again. We're not putting a lot of pressure on that wrist. We're just touching the floor and leaning to the other side. And releasing that back to center. All right, one more time, right hand down, but this time we're gonna lean our head to the side and turn your nose towards the ground. Very gently here. Couple breaths here, breathing in and out. And back to center. Other side, arm down and gently turning our nose towards the floor. And bringing it back to center. All right, reach your hands forward, clasp your hands, and press forward, tucking your head between your arms. And on the exhale, bring your arms behind your back, interclasp your hands, gaze towards the ceiling, open that chest. And again, reaching your hands forward. And opening up your chest, grabbing your hands behind your back, opening that chest, gazing towards the ceiling. Great job. We're gonna roll onto our stomachs. So if you need to, you can grab a pillow for underneath your tummy or underneath your chest. From this position, let's put our forearms beside our body. So we're just gently placing our forearms. Our wrists are stacked underneath of our shoulders. We are not putting a lot of pressure in our arms right now, but we're gonna take our low back, squeeze our glutes to protect our spine, and use your back muscles to raise up as far as you can. Again, I have no pressure in my hands here. And exhale back down. And again, we're gonna raise up, squeezing the glutes, and back down. And one more time, we're squeezing the glutes, raising that upper body, holding for a full breath, and exhaling our arms forward, forehead to the mat. We're gonna lift our right arm and our left leg here. So right arm, left leg up, squeezing those glutes, and down. We're gonna switch left arm, right leg. Squeeze the butt and lift and lower. So for the next couple times, we're gonna inhale and lift, and we're gonna exhale and lower. Move to the other side, inhale and lift, exhale and lower. And alternate this left and right. Inhale and lift, exhale and lower. Great job. Now we're going to just roll our bodies over onto our back. So however that works for you, just rolling onto your back. We're going to bend the knees here, bringing the heels as close as you can to the bottom. We're going to inhale. And on the exhale, we're going to lift our buns off the floor. Try to keep your neck and head relaxed here. And we're going to lower down. We're going to lift up and lower down. And lift up and lower down. Moving that breath along with the lifts and lowers. And we have one more. And lower down. Very good. Holding this for just a few moments. All right, so we're taking our arms and we're going to open them up, palms facing up. And exhale down. And take both of our knees and drop them down towards the right, just a little ways. Bring them back to center, drop them towards the left just a little ways. So we're just going to kind of unwind here. You don't have to drop your knees all the way to the right or to the left, just enough to feel a nice twist in the spine. Just to loosen that up. My heels are rocking on and off the mat, but my shoulders are staying on the mat. Great job. All right, we're going to drop our left leg and bring our right knee in towards the chest. So you don't have a lot of pressure in this knee. You're just trying to press through the heel to straighten that left leg towards the mat, keeping that low back with a nice neutral curve. And drop that right knee down, grabbing the left leg and taking the right leg with a nice neutral curve in the low back. So we're really just pressing through that right heel to straighten the leg, relax those shoulders. There should be no pressure at all in the neck or shoulders, so move your neck left and right. Release those shoulders and press through the right heel. And release. Very good. All right, so bring your knees into your chest, both knees. We're going to circle left and circle right here. Circle left, counterclockwise, clockwise, back and forth, whatever feels nice to you. Very good. Knees are up, tummy's tight. We're going to exhale and slowly lower both heels towards the ground, keeping that low back flat against the mat. And we're going to squeeze it back up. So we're going to do this inhaling and exhaling. So exhale for the lower, tap, inhale to bring them back up. Now I want you to pay special attention to that low back. Make sure that low back is nice and tight against the mat. If this is too much pressure on your back, keep one foot down and lower the other side. Pull the other side up and lower. So do one at a time if this is too much on your back. But just keep that belly button pulled in nice and tight and keep that low back nice and tight against the mat. So I'm going to go back to two knees. We're just going to do this for just a couple times. Excellent job. Now we're going to drop your right knee towards the left side. So I'm going to straighten my left leg, and I'm going to bring that right knee, grab a hold of it with the left hand, and you're just going to drop it down towards the floor. Now for here, I want you to just go as far as you can. So for me, I don't have a whole lot of rotation here. So I'm just going as far as I can and holding. And bringing it back to a neutral spine. And we're going to move to the other side. Bring that left knee up, grab a hold of it with the right arm, stretch that the right leg down, and just pull across the body. My left shoulder is still nice and tight. Again, I'm not going all the way because I can't. I'm going just until my body starts to give me a little feedback, and I'm holding at that edge for just a few breaths. And at any time, if you have discomfort, you're just going to stop and come back to neutral spine. And I'm going to slowly bring it back. Bending both of my knees. Let's do 1 or 2 bridges just to reset that pelvis. So bring it up and down. One more time, bring it up and down. Very good. Arms out. You're going to exhale. Let's straighten the legs. So legs are straight. You're going to take your right arm towards your left side, and I've used my right leg just a little to help here. Open back up and switch sides. So bend the left leg just a little and bring the right arm towards the left arm towards the right arm and back. Straighten that left leg. Bend the right knee and cross the body and open. And again, let's do that to the other side. So left leg bent, right leg straight, press, and open. Excellent job. One more thing. So bend your knees, belly button nice and tight into the floor. Inhale, arms overhead. We're going to exhale and just drop our thumbs towards the earth, keeping that back in a nice neutral spine. So you don't arch your back to reach the floor. Just let those arms overhead. And then bring them back up to center. 2 more times. Allow your arms to drop overhead, keeping that low back nice and tight against the mat. And bring it back to center. And one more time, overhead. And bring it back to center. Awesome job, everyone. Get yourselves in your position for Shavasana, so laying your feet down if that feels comfortable, if you want to keep them bent, and just let your knees drop in. Whatever feels comfortable to you. Actually, that feels really comfortable to me today. So I'm going to keep my knees bent and leaning towards each other in the center. Arms open on the side. And I'm just going to quiet myself, and we're going to take 5 nice and deep breaths here in the Shavasana position. Obviously, if you need more, you just lie here for more time. Very good. Just wiggle those fingers and toes. We're going to roll over onto our side. Press ourselves up to a seated position. Thank you so much for joining me today. Arms to the side. Inhale up, palms together. Exhale down. Namaste.